Hello, and welcome to the webinar Using TS Gold Data. If you have not watched the webinar, Understanding the Gold Readiness Assessment for Preschool, please refer to this webinar for more detailed information about the purpose of the Gold Assessment. This webinar will only focus on understanding the data reports to look for trends and support instructional decision-making. By the end of this webinar today, our learning outcomes are that you will understand how to navigate to various data reports within the Teaching Strategies platform. You will also understand the purpose of each data report in order to support your team with instructional decision-making. The preschool goal is directly aligned to our district preschool through 12th grade major improvement strategies of monitoring and strengthening the instructional core through the strategy of unit and lesson internalization and enhancing a culture of data literacy, ensuring preschool educators have collaborative structures with weekly dedicated times for shared planning and data analysis for both academic and social emotional learning will support professional growth and help to ensure the earliest learning experiences prevent gaps in the later years. In preschool, the purposeful play during centers where learning and formative assessment opportunities happen for the majority of the day. Teachers need to finalize ratings for all students in all areas of learning and development by each of the 3 data finalizing dates. Teachers must have completed their inter-rater reliability certification prior to finalizing levels for students. This certificate is good for 3 years. The first checkpoint window ended on October 16th. At that time, all students must have a finalized rating in gold. The Teaching Strategies platform has a variety of different reports available to gain an accurate picture of student achievement in all domains of development. From the snapshot reports, which provide an overview of achievement in all domains, a class profile to look closer at student achievement, an individual child where a teacher can dive into data on a specific child that can be utilized to guide multi-tiered systems of support, plans, and progress. To log into the SmartTeach platform, you will go to smartteach.com. Once there, you will need to enter your username and password. Typically, your username will be the first initial of your first name, last name, followed by JPS. For example, my username is awallenjps. When you first got your account with Gold, you should have received an email from My Teaching Strategies with a prompt to reset your password. If you are unsure of your password, you can select Reset Password, and an email will be sent to you with instructions to reset your password. If you still have issues logging in, please fill out a Jeffco help ticket. Once you log in order to get to the reports, you will go to the navigation bar on the left-hand side of your home screen. At the bottom, you will see the Reports tab. This is where all reports are housed. Any previous reports you have run will be available within the Reports queue. From the Reports tab, you will then be able to access a variety of different reports. For the purposes of today, we will show you how to pull a snapshot report, snapshot by dimension report, and a class profile report. These can all be found under the Reports tab in Gold. Now we will dig into a few different reports that administrators and instructional coaches can use when making instructional decisions. The first report we will look at is the snapshot report. Teachers use the snapshot to inform planning and take a quick pulse check of where their class is at any given time. Administrators often use it to get an at-a-glance overview of their classes after a checkpoint is completed. The snapshot report provides a quick bird's-eye view of how their preschool classrooms are achieving in different developmental domains. It can be utilized to determine an area where the administration or instructional team may want to dig deeper into. Here is an example of what the snapshot report looks like. Aspects to notice in this report include the different developmental areas measured. For each area, you will see the number and percentage of students who are above, meeting, and below the widely held expectations. We will now go into Gold and pull the snapshot report. As you log in, you will navigate to the left-hand navigation bar and select Reports. Once you are in the Reports page, click on the Snapshot tile. Then you can select if you want to look at one teacher or all teachers at your school. If you select a teacher that has an AM and PM classroom, you can also disaggregate the data by selecting just one class to look at. You can also select or deselect certain students and look for certain demographics, such as students with an IEP. From there, make sure that you are on the previous checkpoint or you may not see any data. For this last checkpoint, you would select Fall 2024-2025. You can then decide if you want to look at data based on a certain area or if you want to focus on certain objectives and dimensions. For example, you may want to look at a certain literacy objective. Then you would just select these objectives. For the purposes of training today, we will select Data by Area. Then you will scroll back up and select Generate Report. You will then be directed to the Reports queue. You can choose to look at your data as a table or as a graph. You can also retitle your report to make it easy to find in the future. I am going to select Table. There, you will see each area and the number and percentage of students who are below, meeting, and exceeding expectations. The next report is also a snapshot report. This second report displays a group's assessment results, enabling you to see children below, meeting, and exceeding expectations. The report also provides demographic information, including IEP status, gender, and 3-year-old versus 4-year-olds in your program. This is what the report looks like. We will go back into Gold and show you how to pull this snapshot report. Again, from your Reports tab, you will click on Snapshot Birth through 3rd grade. From then, you can again select areas, objectives, or dimensions that you want to look at. For this example, we will select all areas of development. You can also look at children for all classrooms or select children in certain classrooms. Then you will also want to ensure that the Fall 2024-2025 checkpoint is selected. Lastly, you will choose how you want to view this report. I will select HTML for our example. Then a report will come up and you can see the student demographics at the top. Then as you scroll down, you will see the percentage of below, meeting, and exceeding in the areas you selected, as well as the number of students in each area and the mean score. The third report is the Snapshot by Dimension report. The Snapshot by Dimension report displays the level of a given objective or dimension, showing the number and percentage of children at levels across the progression. The report includes color bands, allowing you to visually compare assessment results against the widely held expectation. This report can be utilized to look at a specific domain and see where there are gaps and trends in different objectives to be able to plan PLCs and make instructional decisions. The snapshot by dimension will not only give you the description of the objective, but will also break down the numbers further so you are able to see percentages of where each student is currently performing. Let's get into the Gold platform and pull this report. For this report, you will click on the Snapshot by Dimension tile. Again, you will select if you want to look at one teacher or all teachers at your site. You will then ensure that you have selected the correct checkpoint period for the previous checkpoint. And you can select which objectives and dimensions you want to dig deeper into. For this report, I highly recommend selecting one area to dig deeper into, as the report can become lengthy if looking at several areas. For this example, we will select literacy. First, I will deselect all. Then I will choose literacy and click Select All under Literacy. Then scroll back up and select Generate Report. When the reports queue comes up, select Table. And you will see the snapshot by dimension. This table will show you the number of students and percentages of students for each developmental level for all selected objectives. It is important to remember that the green color band is the widely held expectation for what we expect 3-year-olds to be able to do. The blue color band is the widely held expectation for what we expect 4-year-olds to be able to do. Anything to the left of the color band is below expectations. Anything to the right of the color band is exceeding expectations. Over time, you will want percentages to decrease on the left and increase on the right. As we drill down deeper, the last report we will go over today is the class profile report. This report compares information about children's skills, knowledge, and behaviors to widely held expectations for their age during a particular checkpoint period. This report can be used during a PLC to plan differentiated play-based experiences for students. We will now go into the platform and pull the class profile report. As this report looks at an individual class, you will need to select a teacher and class. Then select the checkpoint period that you want to pull data from. You do not need to worry about age, grade, or class, as classrooms have both 3 and 4-year-olds. Then select Generate Report. Due to privacy regulations, I will not pull the report for this webinar. However, what you will notice is that each objective will list student's name on the developmental continuum. This helps you drill down to look at individual student need. As you navigate pulling reports and have questions or want to dive deeper into these data reports and how they can be utilized at your school, there are different supports in place. First is the Gold Support Portal. This portal is basically a Google for all things TS Gold related. You can search a question and help articles will pop up that are relevant to your question. Additionally, you can reach out to your Thriving School Team ECE representative to work with you to pull reports and utilize the data to make instructional decisions. Thank you for attending this training today. We hope you have a deeper understanding of the different data reports available in GOLD and how to pull these reports. As you finish this webinar, take a few minutes to reflect on one data report that you will utilize further to guide instructional decisions at your school, and how you will utilize these reports to make instructional decisions at your school.